We could just be here.
We could just be here. Welcome to Chaotic Neutral episode 2. It's been
Perfectly
a fucking while.
chaotic. We'll just go ahead and start it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been like what, 4 months almost.
It's a chaotic schedule too.
We're living up to the fucking name. Okay.
I didn't think I would live this long to be here. Has it really been 3 months?
Let me check the file recording.
It feels like 2 years.
It really does.
Time has slowed down.
It has. Let's see. Chaotic Neutral episode 1.
Don't keep tracking.
Let me see when I recorded this properly.
It's also fucking warm. I'm gonna take
it's been it's literally been been almost 5 months because we filmed that on December 17th.
Get to see my gross background. Here's my like single white male living space where it's like a bed with no frame, just in my corner. My nightstand is nothing. I just have an extension cord right next to my ground. My phone's on my ground when I sleep.
Hell yes. Hold on. Capture cursor. Turn that off. Okay.
You didn't see it, but I made both of those.
You're right. I didn't see it. Nobody else saw it. Actually, you lied. So,
I got proof.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
But okay. Anyways, what is up? What's going on, Steve? How's the Big Bean?
It's cool. The Big Apple's sick.
It's not the Big Apple.
You know, living in Chicago, New York is really cool. You see a lot of interesting characters here.
You have New York stolen valor.
I'm perpetually stealing New York valor. It's insane, and I would.
You can piss off. I'm sure you could piss off every single person in Chicago by being like, "Oh, Chicago, the New York ripoff," or some shit, and they would just fucking kill you right where you stand.
Oh, what's up? New York's little brother? Sick. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I don't know. It's cool, I guess. Like, obviously 5 months have passed since the last time we were here. Nothing really has changed. I got a new job. I'm out of retail again, which is fucking awesome. I look like this, and I work with children now, so it's sick. Yeah.
Yeah. It's called being on a watch list, sweetie. Look it up.
Yeah, the FBI is looking for me. Okay, so why don't we just chill out?
Speed running, like being on the sex offender registry.
Yeah, basically. It's funny too because
new speed text. Did you check?
As you can tell,
fuck up your cut on your mustache. There's two guys.
Sure.
I don't want to derail us, but there's two guys that.
Hold on, were we ever on the rails? Real quick,
no,
were we ever on the rails? No, I didn't think so.
I'm sorry, it was chaotic in the title, sweetie. Anyways, there's two guys that are just in the neighborhood around me. I've only seen them like once or twice, 3 times or whatever. Mm-hmm. They look like television pedophiles.
Really?
They look like TV, like if CSI or NCIS or whatever serial television show, Law and Order, wanted to be like, this is a pedophile and you can tell, because like sometimes they do like the family thing and you're like, oh, that was the pedophile. The other times they just have like the dude that you can clearly see.
Yeah, of course.
Just sleazy and gross and greasy.
Yeah.
And these two guys, one of them, it's like a buddy cop duo from hell. One of them has like no chin at all. It just like goes up and then like mouth and then just the rest of his face. Like he just like no chin, like zero chin.
Nice.
And he's balding, of course. It's like receding. He has like a widow's peak. And the other guy is shorter, fatter, and he's unironically rocking the like Benjamin Franklin haircut.
No.
And he has like thick rim glasses. And these two guys, I was like, those look like, I don't want to be mean, but they were when I say this, like you can look normal.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
Yeah.
With your physical ailments. That's me. With your physical appearance
condition,
and just like you can just live your life, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have that much of a bearing if you whatever.
Yeah.
But They look like they put zero effort into their body, like how I look all the time.
Zero effort into not looking like pedophiles,
To
essentially.
not looking like pedophiles. And they were walking around and just being pedophiles. I'm very, very close to a middle school.
True, you are. Yeah, I
I'm
know.
very close to a middle school. So I was like, that's
God.
worrying. I don't know who's in the vicinity. And I also have very close to me just like a home daycare where they do daycare stuff like out of their house.
Yeah.
And I shit you not, I think I've told you this story before. I wasn't driving because I don't drive, but we were driving back up to our house, going up our street, and both of them were on the street corner, legit like looking at that daycare. I don't know what they were looking into because like there's not too many windows, maybe the backyard because it's like kind of open.
Yeah.
And they were talking, standing on the street corner, handing each other binoculars and taking turns. And I was like,
This.
oh no!
Like this sounds like some Rocky and Bullwinkle shit. Like I don't even like that. Doesn't sound
It was
real
a
to
block
me.
away from my fucking house.
That just doesn't sound real to me. But I believe it.
I used to have sex offenders on my road. I got chewed out by my parents one time because they.
You talked to some sex offenders. You got caught talking to some sex offenders for sure.
I talked to some sex offenders, and I was like 7 and unattended.
Nice.
So
good shit.
I made it.
Good shit.
And I'm fine.
I'm alive, unfortunately. Shit, man. I think like I think you've told me about that, about how there was a sex offender on your block, but like I don't remember you telling me that you got caught talking to him.
I mean, that was like so long. I mean, like got caught. Like I didn't know they were sex offenders. I'm sure my parents didn't tell me. They told me after the fact.
Right.
They were mad in the moment at me.
Of course.
And they were like, "What the fuck were you doing?" But
that's
like,
so stupid.
I was like, "How was I supposed to? How was I supposed to know? I'm 7. I'm not going to internalize this information if you ever told me."
Yeah, no, of course.
A, I don't know what a sex offender is.
Yeah.
At that age, and then like B, I don't think you ever told me. Like,
right.
why are you blaming me?
Well, like, what is a 7-year-old gonna do with that information? Like, well, listen, honey, that man over there with the fucked up haircut and the glasses that clearly indicate something. He likes to fuck children, so maybe don't. Yeah. And also, here's what fucking is. So,
yeah,
like, you know,
he had like a Map Pride shirt on.
Oh God.
Yeah.
No, not even a no map. He's not even putting up the facade. He's straight up like, I like children.
Yeah, it said aggressive map on his.
A map. Aggressively minorly attracted person. God damn.
Unstoppable minor attracted person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a UMAP. What can I say?
What can I say, man? You know, I 7 and under.
With prejudice. What a great leg to kick off of.
Good start. I mean, last episode was too serious, I think, so we needed to really just 180 on this one. Side note, I'm getting trashed. This is a screwdriver. I made it too strong, and it's already almost halfway gone. Last time, I'm making up for last time because last time we didn't have any alcohol in the house last time we recorded, and you had wine, so you got. I mean, you didn't get trashed, but you definitely like drank, and you were definitely pretty fucking silly by the end of it. So
I'm trying not to drink because I'm getting fucked up on omeprazole, so that my stomach doesn't die.
Yeah,
and I hear you're not supposed to drink when you're on that. So
makes sense. So if you see me drinking 2 separate, beverages in this, it's because one's alcohol and the other one's not. So. Let me check. Let's check Twitter. What's going on Twitter today?
That was quick. Yeah, right to Twitter.
Well, like I didn't do anything. I mean, like
we should like just make a list of notes.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know, yeah, but like now we're recording now, so it's a little late for that.
Oh, that's a little late.
And I don't really want to I don't want to talk about my job too much because I don't want to reveal anything. Considering I work with kids,
right?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think you are supposed to.
Yeah, no. I mean, one thing I guess I could say is like the IT department, like
Let me
semi
steal.
recruit. Yeah, no, they do. It's like they semi recruited me to like help out with some shit here and there, and today the IT lady was like, "Here, I have this." Well, first thing I did after getting to work was I went into one of the rooms where like a bunch of computers are, like a bunch of just desktops, and she wanted me to take a look at all of them and make sure that I could upgrade them, put like some SSDs in them or whatever, and to determine whether or not that's like worth the money, whether it's worth upgrading the hard drives to SSDs or if they'd rather just scrap them and just get all new computers. And like that's such a dumb thing to me. It's like it's always going to be cheaper to upgrade the system because it's all like we have so much shit.
Was it computers or is it laptops?
Yeah, Tuesday was laptops. Today it's desktops.
I don't know. Well, it's
we're
like
doing both. Well, we're doing both.
how many people in the school system, even for the IT, can you imagine the IT lady being like actually like super on it?
Dude, she is insane, and I love her for
Is
it.
she?
She's
Is she
legitimately
really
like
like
she's
on
on
it?
top of it. Oh yeah, she's super into it.
Oh,
She actually showed me like one of their IT rooms,
I
or like
would
networking
coast if
rooms.
I was at that job.
Well,
I wouldn't do
today, like
anything.
before I actually left for the day, she said like she was like, just get your certifications and do this full time. Like just be part of the IT department. And I was like,
Why not?
okay. I mean, I've been
Why
meaning
not get
to. It's
get
just
IT certified? Why not?
yeah, like if that means I can get promoted, like promoted, not actually promoted, but if I can actually get like a little bit of a raise, maybe, and that's kind of like what I do, then absolutely, because I love
You're
doing
like
that shit.
shifting your camera around.
I accidentally bumped it with my foot. My tripod is literally like at my feet at this point. But whatever. No. So, anyways, today I started off by looking at just a room full of desktops in one of the classrooms. Then I determined, yeah, like she had already gone through and upgraded all the RAM to their maximum capacity of 8 gigabytes, which is like whoop-de fucking do. But they all have hard disk drives, so they're all pretty slow. Granted, they can still like run Blender apparently pretty well, which is like insane
What do
to
you
me.
need? You got blend, man. Fuck. I went to some dumb ass schools. I never
Yeah,
got
I know.
half the shit.
I know, right? And it's like, what do they need? Like, what do they need Blender for? But apparently, it's part of like an
It's a
arts.
public school, right?
Yeah, I know,
I went to some poor ass public schools.
dude. Fucking same. Well, granted, we also went to school in like the mid 2000s, so it's like totally different world back then, like technology wise. But
It's true. It's true.
anyways, so
I mean,
I
even then,
determined.
like Benson was whatever.
We can talk about where I went. I don't give a shit. I like honestly,
Benson
I
was
don't give a fuck. It was a tech school.
better
Like
shit
literally, it
than
was
I
called
ever
like
got.
Benson Polytechnic. Like it's
Oh, I should've
technology
gone
was
to that
part of
shit.
it, but also
Should've gone there.
Benson. But
Got some
also,
IT stuff.
no, you wouldn't have because they literally cut. Like Benson was on the chopping block the year that I started there. They were like going to shut it down before the protests
It's
happened.
not. Isn't that great when like you're going to a school actively struggling and you're just
Yeah, I
like,
know,
wow, I
right?
get to go to this one.
Yeah, it sucked for me because I went into it thinking they were going to continue doing their music program, and they fucking cut it literally the year I started. So
I
fuck
don't
me, right?
understand. You gotta have like some. Why not? I mean, there's like obviously it's not. It does like it's never gonna work this way.
Yeah.
In our lifetimes, maybe. But
Mm.
it's like why not have like a super variety in schools? Just because like.
Yeah.
How many people are going to school and then are like going to pursue a career that has nothing to do with the school they're in? This is not a new take. This is not a new take.
Yeah, I guess.
This is the coldest take on Earth right now.
It's it's extremely frigid.
It's like school, right?
Yeah. Well, anyways, back to today. So start off looking at those to decide, yes, SSDs for all of them. It's the same price as the SSDs for the laptops. They're all like $35. Not a big deal. Then at the end of the day, when I also had nothing to do really for the last like hour and a half, she came up to me and she goes, "Hey, I got another project for you. Can you take a look at these like tech or what are they? Like those carts that you slot laptops into to charge. You know what I mean? Like they
I know
have
exactly what you mean.
some of them are like they have
Rolled
the
those out during
laptops.
their
Yeah, they have
study
like
hall.
they have laptops that are either vertically mounted where you just like slot them in vertically or like horizontally on shelves, right? Well, this one was horizontally on shelves, and it was weird because they're Dell, they're made by Dell, and they have like networking built in, and like a big like 50 to 75 port switch built into it. I mean, granted, you can remove it and use it independently, but it came mounted in the cart. And she comes up to me. She goes, "Yeah, these have like Ethernet cables attached to them to like uh, you can plug in Ethernet cables to the laptops while they're charging, which makes no sense. Literally makes no fucking sense to me. I don't know why you would need that or want that, but it was a feature." But she goes, "Yeah, if you want the Switch, you can have it. Like we're taking it out and not using it." And then
You got a
also,
Nintendo Switch?
yeah, yeah. No, it's
Sick.
a network Switch. But there's three of them. There's three carts
Add
that
me
need to
on
be.
Mario Party.
There's three switches or three carts that need to be modified because what they're doing with it is they're actually updating.
That was fucking.
That was terrible. I hated it.
I
That's
know.
why I'm just barreling, steamrolling it past it.
It's okay.
So what she wants to do is she wants to repurpose them because they're made like specifically for a certain type of Chromebook. But they got new Chromebooks, and she wants to start putting those in there, and they fit fine. Like it's not as snug of a fit as the original laptops they were made for, but they still fit. The only difference is this thing has like each tray that the laptop goes into has a built-in barrel connector for the battery or for the charging port. So you can
What's a barrel connector?
just a round connector that slots like a power, like for the power brick, like the charging cable. Instead of having like USB-C, like the new laptops use USB-C for power instead of the old style like laptop charger connector. But anyways, it's built in
Is
to
there
the tray.
pedophiles anywhere in the story?
We're getting to it. It's me. No,
Yeah, I was about to say.
it's me. So
You're
no,
rocking the look. Actually, I'm enjoying the stubble mustache combo. When it was the mustache alone,
it was bad. Yeah,
it was bad. Stubble mustache, you just look like
See,
look like a dad.
Here's the thing: I would keep that look up because it's funny to me. But the
Just
thing
the
is,
mustache?
yeah, just the mustache because it's really funny. I love just the mustache look. It pisses Shelby off. But what pisses her off more is the fact that my stubble like is super scratchy and it's super uncomfortable. So,
I'll get there one day, honestly.
eventually.
I didn't shave for this because I'm a fucking idiot. I think
Well, it was
I
kinda
didn't
last
shave for the
minute, so
last one or the one before that either. I don't think I've been clean shaven once when we do this.
yeah, I know. Which is fine. I mean, who gives a shit? It's
It's fine, but
yeah.
it gives the impression that I never shave.
Yeah, true. True. I
This
mean,
is what it maxes out at anyways, so like
for now,
you
I
couldn't
mean,
tell from one to another probably. It would just be like one sustained
I guess so.
unkempt facial hair look.
Yeah, I suppose. Well,
A
anyways,
little bit here, not here.
anyways,
Eh.
I start disassembling this cart to try to modify it to fit these new laptops and then also fit the new charging, like the new chargers that use USB-C. And I told the lady, I'm like, yeah, I mean, we could like actually modify it, like drill holes and shit in it, like make new slots for the the USB-C connector, so that when you slot the laptop in, it actually like it functions the exact same way as it did before. You just slot it in and it plugs in perfectly. But she was like, yeah, fuck that, I don't care. Like, you run the cable through the hole that's already there for the barrel connector, and then just have the like you can pull it out, plug it in, and then just slot it back in. Like, and who gives a shit? We just won't close the doors on it because now they won't
How
fit.
old is this IT lady?
I don't want to disparage this lady, but I will say she's probably in her 40s. She has gray hair, so
Ancient lady.
she has gray hair. I don't want to be like she's 50, but like
She's doing fine for herself. She's working in
yeah,
IT. She's like in her
yeah.
40s. She knows she's on top of shit.
Yeah, she's pretty eccentric. She's actually like she's very like all over the place, but that's just the job. Like she has to be doing shit everywhere all the time. But
If
yeah,
the school was a show, that she would need to be that character anyways.
true. That's very
You
true.
can't have like the normal IT lady. It always has to be like the crazy one or something.
Yeah,
Or like the
absolutely.
hyper nerdy guy
Right. Who also looks like a pedophile.
who also looks
So,
like a pedophile. There you go.
so yeah.
That's you.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Yep.
that was my day. I got to do actual like IT stuff relatively. I mean, I guess. Uh
Get the certification then.
I
And just
know.
do it. I know I say just do that,
Just
but
do it.
but how many times have I been like, I should just do this, and then I never do.
I mean,
But I did get my COVID shot, my first one.
did. Hey, yeah,
Yeah.
you're half vaxxed for sure.
This bitch, it's actually getting a little sore. So
Yeah.
I knew
Yeah.
it was gonna happen, but I'm feeling it.
Yeah, that'll happen. Mine was sore for like 3 days before it finally was just fine. But I will say,
Sucks.
the second dose, no pain, like no after, like no soreness or nothing. It was just 2 days
Didn't you
later.
feel?
That's when I felt like shit.
Yeah, it felt like shit. Yeah.
But it's
2
like
days
actual
later?
symptoms. Yeah, it was weird
Damn it.
because usually it's
I was gonna take the next day off.
I will
Well,
take
it's
the
still
next
my
day.
hope.
Wait, what did you get? Pfizer, Moderna, or Johnson &
I
Johnson?
got Pfizer.
Okay, see, I would take. I mean, obviously it's a little late now, but well, no, because you still have like a month before you need to go back for your second dose. So if
Yeah.
you can request another day off, just to be
I'm gonna
safe.
yeah, I'm gonna do that. I wanted to do 2 days in a row so that I get past the garbagey feeling.
Right. I mean, then
Yeah,
again, it's
they,
person to person, so it might hit you the next day, and then you'll be fine to go back to work the day after anyway. But just to be safe, and it's not like you're gonna die if you miss an extra day of work. Like you're not hurting. So
Am I?
financially,
Who
no,
knows?
absolutely not. You're not hurting financially.
No, well, I don't want to flex, but
I don't want to
Your boy
flex, but I've
saves
got
money.
like $100 in my savings account, so I'm
I
good.
don't want to flex, but I'm 79 years away from retirement, so doing all right. I invested in Dogecoin when it was too late, and then I sold low. I made a negative profit.
I didn't wait for Elon Musk to go on SNL. So actually,
I saw
funny.
this one post that was like,
Go ahead. Yeah.
that was like, my brother has everything. The only thing I ever had was crypto. He's better looking than me. He gets women. He's athletic. And then it's like, and then he fucking invested in Dogecoin when it was a meme and then sold it and made like 10 grand. And he's like, he fucking took that from me too. And it was like the screaming Wojak.
Oh man, that hurts. I mean, it's sad already that you're like that invested in crypto that you think it's like all of them are going to take off like that. But
It's sad that
then
you're filling this hole in your life with crypto.
yeah, that sucks. That sucks so bad. But what what can you do?
What can you do? You can't out Chad the Chad. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
I agree. You can't. You really can't.
I'm already kind of out of things to talk about.
Sort of. Me too. But at the same
Just gotta
time,
riff a little bit. I don't know.
you just got to riff. I guess there's a video of Jake Paul and Floyd Mayweather having like a face-to-face little like altercation.
Who cares?
No, but literally nobody. But I would absolutely, I would pay so much money to see Floyd Mayweather knock the fucking brakes off of Jake Paul. It's not even funny.
Isn't he like kind of officially like fighting though in like a stained or low? Like I'm sure it's like subpar compared to that.
Like Floyd Mayweather, yeah,
MMA
absolutely.
guy, yeah, or like some actual dude that does this but for a living. Wait, Floyd
Mayweather is
boxer.
like the boxer, yeah, one of the best boxers of all time. Like I'll give him. He's a shitty person. I'll give him that. He is a fucking amazing. Yeah, dude. Oh man.
I have no clue.
He also can't read. He's also super illiterate.
Oh, well, I remember that because like whoever that was, Conor McGregor was like, "You can't read." Da, 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 da.
No, that
like,
was 50 Cent. That was 50
it 50 cents?
Yeah, he made back in like 2015.
50 cents?
50 cents. No, 50 Cent. He made a call out video to Floyd Mayweather because it was during that ALS ice bucket challenge. Remember when they used
I
to do
try
the
not
ice
to.
bucket? So 50
Actually, I
Cent
think
made
ALS Ice Bucket Challenge did a lot of good, didn't it? Didn't it like
I
expose ALS to like a lot more eyes?
I mean
Expose, show people.
yeah, yeah, it made it rose awareness for it. Like it definitely raised awareness for it for sure. Rose awareness? It raised awareness for it for sure, but I don't know where all that money went. However,
There was no
there was
money
that
involved with the buckets.
no, well, that's the thing. A lot of people would say like if okay, in the 50 Cent Floyd Mayweather ALS beef, right? 50 Cent literally said, "I'll donate like $50,000 to the charity of your choice in regard to ALS." Um, if he could read the like one page out of a Harry Potter book, that was the joke.
One page. Did he
Yeah.
do it?
Fuck no, he didn't do it. He can't read.
Yeah, that's money for people.
I
I would
know.
even if it was like, hey, that's kind of a shitty thing for you to say about like me. If some guy was just like, you cannot read, I'll donate X amount of money. I would still be like, hey, fuck you, and then let me read this page, and
Well,
then
let
I
me
would pull it up
try.
and then read it
Let me do my best.
I
Yeah.
can get money to people.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. But no, and then also the other like
I would
meme, I guess,
train
is
for
that
6 days and 6 nights to make sure I can.
the other meme was that there's audio of Floyd Mayweather trying to read an ad for a radio show, and he straight up
Oh
can't
no,
fucking do it. He
I
can't read
need to see
copy. He
this.
just can't.
I need to see Floyd Mayweather not being able to fucking read.
Yeah, dude, look it up. It's so fucking funny. I mean,
I
illiteracy is fucked. Like it's not
Here it is.
a funny thing, but it's funny. It's like for
Proof
someone
that
who's
Floyd Mayweather cannot read. He's invested in an entirely different sphere, right? So it's
yeah, true.
fine.
I guess you don't
He
need to read to be
punches.
a
He
boxer.
doesn't.
Yeah, literally.
No, he doesn't.
He works
It would
with his
just punch
hands,
the
not his
knowledge right
eyes.
out of him.
Yeah, exactly.
He'd be like, I got Mary had a little lamb, and then he just once, and then it's just fucking gone from him.
A one piece for sure. Not even a two piece. He just needs a one piece real quick. Damn. But yeah, so that's happening. I guess there's like an actual chance that Jake Paul is gonna box Mayweather. Or wait,
Hold
is
on a
it
sec.
Jake Paul or is it Logan Paul who's actually supposed to fight him? Either
Hold
way,
on a
this
sec.
altercation is Jake and Floyd. Go ahead. Sorry, what's up?
Let me watch him unable to read. Hold on a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's just staring. He looks lost in this piece of paper.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yes.
His fucking eyesight has to solve a maze before it reaches the page.
Yeah. Oh fuck. You know what we missed last night, actually?
Aw, it's actually kind of sweet. The guy behind the counter, he's like, "This is the guy. This is the guy." Like he's like, "You talked to this man. He knows everything about whatever." And then like he starts reading a paper, and he like cannot fucking read it. And he shows the dude, and he's like, "Hey, what does this say?" And the guy's like, "All right,
Damn.
let me help you out."
God, that's like
It's
sad.
a little sweet, huh?
It's sad more than anything that a grown man can't fucking read, but like
I mean, it is pretty sad. He seems on the ball. Like he's
Yeah.
not like disassociating when you talk to him or some shit.
Well, no, I mean that's not always like what illiteracy is. He
I
just
mean,
straight
that's
up can't
true.
fucking read.
I don't know. I was thinking about like CTE or something.
Yeah, definitely.
This didn't show him trying to read out loud. That's what I would like to hear.
Yeah.
I would love to hear that. It would be like being back in any point in my school career where they'd have to read out loud and everybody without fail would sound like garbage. You know, reading out loud doesn't fucking work. You know about that? Like you don't retain any information. You know that?
I guess.
Like provably like school like popcorn reading is bullshit. You retain none of it.
Yeah.
Because like you're focused on reading out loud and not messing up, and you're slowing down and like you're just like waiting for your part. You're not even listening to other people.
Right. You're probably just reading your part over and over again.
Yeah. I had to when I read I told you this story before. We did popcorn reading at one point for this whole like short story, or like it's like a novella or something, I think. In school, because we would read it chapter by chapter, of course, as you do, and like the entire that like course, like up until the quiz, was just reading this book. And at the high school I went to for the first 2 years, it was a private school, so the classes were very small. Like you would know everybody in your year pretty intimately.
Right.
And by I think it was like the second year that this happened, so I knew everybody because the classes only shrink as the years go on.
Right. Yeah.
And we had to all read. I'm sure no one expected me to do this, but we had to all read this short story, and we were doing the popcorn reading, and of course, the section that I got given had the N-word in it, but like hard R,
Perfect.
because it was part of some story.
Yep.
And so I had to verbally during this class be like, I'm not going to read that part, and everything.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, all right, yeah, for sure. But like, it was why?
I mean, did you outsource it to some
No, I didn't.
voice?
I didn't outsource it. I just went bleep at that part, I think, or like I skipped it.
Yeah.
Or I was just like, I'm not even gonna take the chance.
I find it interesting.
Here.
I find it interesting you didn't outsource it to a melanated voice for something.
I turned to my left.
Well, I've told you before. I haven't said it. I didn't say it on the podcast because it didn't come up. But in high school, I had a friend. He won't give a shit if I say his name. Quayshawn, who his favorite fucking thing to do in English class. I forget what book we read, but it had the N-word in it, like plenty. And every time it landed on him,
Mark Twain's book or whatever.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Huckleberry Finn. It wasn't that. It was something else.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, it wasn't Huckleberry Finn. It was something else. But whatever the book was,
it was the first Harry Potter book.
Yeah, the first edition of the first Harry Potter book was like just smattered with slurs. It's insane.
Yeah, she like pivoted so hard and then became a TERF. But like before,
she was racist, and then she was cool, and then she was a TERF, and now she's TERF and racist. It's insane.
Yeah. There you go.
But that's the whole.
She advocates for Black Hermione just so that she can kill her later in a future book.
It's true. It's true. J.K. Rowling, honestly. I mean, come on, guys. But anyways, I forget what book it was.
Don't make fun of J.K. Rowling. Don't make rumors about her.
Fuck off.
Said no one. I don't know who the fuck. Oh no, we're making fun of a billionaire.
The only people who get mad at people who like try to cancel J.K. Rowling or people who make fun of J.K. Rowling are other conservatives and TERFs. So it's like it's not that hard.
I think even people that are like a fan of her books at this point are like, just shut the fuck up. It's like shut the fuck up.
To her, yeah. Oh yeah. But anyways, no, I don't know what book it was. I don't know what book it was that we were reading. I just know that it had the N-word in it plenty. And my friend Quayshawn, his favorite thing to do was as soon as he got called on, he would know if it had the N-word in it. So he would be like, and he would.
Reality could be anything I want.
Would belt it. He would like our teacher was white, and he would just be like, "Now I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna ask any of you guys to say it. In fact, I would prefer it if you guys said something like brother." Or something, and Quayshawn said, "Fuck
Neighbor?
Fuck that," and he absolutely utilized his melanin to do that. It was amazing. It was amazing, and it was like
the teacher being like, "If you could use brother, that'd be appropriate."
Well, it's like, yeah, that's true, but at the same time, like that was the cool teacher. Like he was the coolest teacher in that whole school. Like in my opinion, I don't know.
I mean, I get it. You want to like introduce literature that is like it might
racy
be
sorta.
controversial or whatever, but it's like this is important and you want to learn how to read or whatever.
Yeah, of course. But
It's
yeah,
like it can't. Yeah.
it was just funny. It was just really fucking funny to like he would be waiting, just like his like giant smile on his face, just waiting for his turn,
Yeah,
knowing
locked in.
like he was ready to go. Bolt action slur. A slur action rifle for sure.
Slur action rifle.
So but yeah. I don't know. It was
Papa
just
John said he'd come back with a vengeance.
he had it locked and
Opens
loaded.
up the trench coat and he pulls up the. Can someone put like Papa John's face over that scene in The Matrix where he opens up his thing and it has like all the guns, but they're just different slurs?
That would be awesome. That would be so fucking great. But yeah, that was like honestly probably one of the highlights of that English class was my friend Quayshawn. Quayshawn, if you're listening for some reason, I fucking love you, dude. I really hope you're not a QAnoner. I really hope you're not a QAnoner. Me and Mitch are worried, okay? I'm sorry. Me and Mitch are worried.
What he might be or something?
He's in the army? He's in the army, so he's like, I don't know. He's pretty
I don't think being in the army necessarily means you're gonna like,
I guess, but he's also kind of like a Blue Lives Matter kind of guy because his dad's a cop. So it's like, you know,
I don't know.
At that point, what's the, you know? But anyways, yeah.
QAnon fucking bizarre. I was thinking about this. I was talking to who was I talking to about this? Whatever.
You got it.
I was thinking about the fact that like, and I was pretty high at the time, obviously. Or like I had just like I was like high the day before, so I was thinking about this. It's weird that like there's like subsects of society where you identify as like one thing, and that is it. That's like your reality. Is that like you? It's inescapable, like as a part of you. So like, you can't just like do a 9 to 5 and like have a family and have like a life and then also be like a Proud Boy. You're also that's like just life is like I am like a Proud Boy or some shit. Sure. Like permanently.
Yeah.
Or as long as you hold those beliefs. Isn't that fucking like bizarre to you? I don't know. Maybe it's just because like I'm not big on hard subscribing to ideologies, but like it's just weird that it's like you can just choose like a path and just like this is my class for life.
Right.
I'm a QAnoner, you know? I believe in the plan or some shit.
It's weird. It's super fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's like that that NXT ref who's like a hard QAnoner. It's like what the fuck? Like what?
It's just inescapable from his life. Like now that's just his whole reality. It's like he's also just like he may be a ref for WWE, but as soon as he fucking chose to be a QAnoner, it's like that's what he is.
It's true. It's sad.
Can't fucking escape it. Yeah. It is sad. That shit. Have you seen? I've talked about the video where the guy is like driving away, like he's in a police chase with his like kids and his wife in the car, and he's like, QAnon, I need help.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like,
no, you told me about that.
He's like on Facebook Live. He's like, QAnon, please. I need your help right now.
He's begging a decentralized organization to help him.
I'm sure, like, in his mind, because it's like, I don't know. I guess at that point, when it's like, when you're subscribed to something that is like so conspiracy driven, it can be anything you want it to be.
Yeah.
It's almost like
100%.
theism to him.
Yeah.
Like it could be like a doctrine as if it were a religion. It could be as if he was speaking to God.
Right.
If he truly believes God, like, or Q has a plan, or like Q has some sort of power. Q.
I have a question. Please make sure none of the kids in my neighborhood get fucked by anybody but me.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And I will say,
assume the pose of Q.
Assume the guck of Q. My whole thing is like, and it's widely. 100%. Yeah, fuck QAnon. If you believe in QAnon, like you don't deserve rights. I'm sorry.
It's like me. Like, why do I even care? It's like if someone came out and was like, "Yeah, I'm a flat earther," it'd be like, "Oh, you're the dirt beneath my heel." Like, I give a fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
literally, like you're beneath
you're
me. I don't give a fuck.
you stopped being human as soon as those words came out of your mouth.
Basically. But like my biggest thing is like and it's a common kind of like agreement on especially like on Twitter at least. People who are very vocal about like anti-child like sex trafficking or just sex trafficking in general and are super concerned with children being victims of like sexual assault and whatever. Um tend to kind of come off as the type who would be doing that. Kind of they seem like the type who would literally be like on the news for sex trafficking.
It is a little weird, isn't it? I think maybe it's like a guilt thing.
It is. Well, no, because like and
It's
in
you know what it's
terms
like?
of
It's like the politicians that are like being gay is a crime or whatever, and then
are
they
secretly like
immediately
gay.
get caught with like a gay
Right.
orgy.
Right. Yeah, true. I mean, it's like it's similar to that. It's definitely not like identical, but it's similar. Yeah. My biggest thing too, like I saw that same ref from NXT. He posted on his Facebook page about how he posted about how he wanted to like make sure that the kids in his neighborhood were safe, and he would do anything to make sure they're safe. And it's like you're kind of
From what,
projecting.
like,
Yeah, no, like what the fuck are you protecting them from? You think some
From
random
what?
person's gonna come into your fucking neighborhood and start just abducting your children? Like, no, motherfucker, that's not how it works. They go to malls, they go to other public places where the child could easily get separated from the parent. It's textbook. I've seen Criminal Minds. The fuck?
Like most of the time, it's like family. Like 99%
That too.
of the time, it's like trusted family and friends.
It's like
Why are we
like
talking about this?
like 50% because it's interesting. 50% of the time
True.
it's family. 25% of the time it's family
It's got
friends.
morbid, that's all.
15% of the time it's complete strangers, and like
I want to turn on my AC, but it's like I don't know if it's gonna be loud.
you can deal with it for another. We're already 40 minutes in, so you can deal with it.
Are we? Oh wow.
Yeah. 35, 30,
it's like,
37 because we took a few minutes to get started. But yeah, either way.
it's because like people are just like the internet is like truly the greatest worst thing ever. Like
Yeah.
I love the internet, but like it's so easy to just fall down like a rabbit hole of people that are going to tell you something just so that you can just so that you can agree with it or something, or like just like fall into your own echo chamber as it is.
Right. Oh yeah.
It's so easy. It's just like oh man. It's so it's weird. It's fascinating.
It is absolutely.
You know what I want to do is I want to go digging around some like old defunct forums and just find like the most obscure groups and just read every post.
That could be interesting.
I feel like it'd be really interesting. Like a lot of them might be bullshit, but like I want to find some like MLP like alien truthers, and they're like MLP was My Little Pony. I love My Little Pony, and it's a message from aliens or some shit. It's like these are what they look like.
Something.
And if you kill yourself, you'll get there.
Yeah, you'll meet Fluttershy
just like the guy
Ultra.
Just like the guy that fucking that is a little sad, but he did the shooting and he was like, I want to be with Applejack or whatever.
Oh yeah, God.
That like just happened.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
And he straight up was, his whole deal was that he wanted to be with, well, not his whole deal. He wanted to kill those people. Let's be real.
I mean,
he
of course.
wanted to kill those people, but his like secondary reason for it was like, well, when I die, because I will die, I'll be with fucking, Bucklepuss. I don't know. Whatever the fuck it was.
There was the guy. Whenever I say I'm fascinated by this case, I try not to come off as like a psychopath. Like you never want to say like you're obsessed with like some public shooter or some shit, right?
No, of course.
Because like it's like
but it is fascinating.
As, like, one of those like it's fascinating. It's like it's like this morbidity to it. It's like this is something that any human could become, given all the wrong opportunities.
Of course.
And like I don't want to be like one of those like I don't want to be like a Columbine girl or whatever and be like, oh, I could have fixed him or some shit, like no, it's
I
like
could have saved him.
It's just fascinating to like look into these like extreme cases
Mhm.
to push someone to do some of these things. There's this guy. His videos,
True.
I believe, are still up on YouTube. I think some of them are taken down because they were reported.
Mhm.
But he was a failed YouTuber for many, many years. I don't know if some people, if anyone watches, might know what I'm talking about. It's not Mr. Anime, because there's a guy that was Mr. Anime, and he randomly shot his family one day, which was really fucked up. And he is in a facility, and he regrets
That
it.
is fucked up.
But it's not that guy. It's a different dude.
Who is it?
He was like some guy that was like a very unsuccessful YouTuber, was not really breaking any kind of like boundaries or anything.
Yeah.
And he got really obsessed with like this character. I don't know if it was a spin-off show or just like some aspect of the show, but he got obsessed with this ghost character, this female ghost character from Danny Phantom.
Oh, yeah.
And you hear I think you remembered I talked about this.
You probably
And
did. I don't know. I'm
and
dressed.
he convinced himself so thoroughly that when he died, he would join her like ghost squad, and like he was like going like that would be his afterlife or some shit, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
It's like so bizarre. It's like, how does someone convince themselves that this fictional media is like their reality?
Right.
And then he went and he shot up his like workplace, and he uh killed, I think, like only like one person after.
Only.
Well, I mean, like, still
Granted,
like
I mean,
one or
it's
two
like it's
people, like injured a
quantitative for sure.
couple.
Yeah.
Um, died like a bitch.
Oh,
He
yeah.
left a bunch of like manifesto stuff behind, and
Mm.
talked at length about how he was kind of bitter at his family because they didn't realize he was trans. Uh,
Mhm.
and so it's like it was like I don't know. It's so fascinating, so
I mean, yeah.
sad, so fascinating. Like you what kind of I don't know. It's like one of those things where it's like I feel like him out of everybody else. I feel like the only thing he had not going for him so that he wouldn't go in this direction was that he like was obviously uh like closeted,
Mhm.
and and I'm sure his family would have been fine with. I don't think his family was that kind of way. He seemed like he was part of a very loving, caring family,
Right.
and
Severe
his YouTube
undiagnosed
career didn't.
mental illness, probably too.
Right. And
Yeah.
and his YouTube career didn't take off, and those were the two things.
Probably
And it's
heavily
like,
contributed to it. Yeah.
I don't know. And it's something that could only happen now because of the internet. This
True.
is like something that could only happen. It's fucking weird.
Maybe okay,
Anyways,
listen. Because like there are plenty of like instances, especially in America, where like shootings are almost like just a part of the like culture in America, really.
yeah, it's
Like
a little weird. Yeah.
you could go back to like, 60s, 70s, 80s and find plenty of cases of people who are like, my career didn't take off the way I wanted to in entertainment, so I just like fucking
Went
I
ghosting.
killed somebody or I like killed myself in front of, like, obviously it wouldn't be a first person documentation of it, but it'd be like they killed themselves like in a public place or something in a public setting because their career didn't take off and it really like hurt their like ego or whatever the fuck it was, and so it drove them to suicide, but like with that extra layer of it being like they did it and they wanted notoriety so they did it in public, you know?
I think like a lot of it is like also like
I'm trashed. I'm
a
talking out
lot
of
of
my
this.
ass. I don't even know if
A
that's
lot
true
of
or
this.
not, but
Yeah, a lot of these like modern like domestic terrorism events usually are like prefaced or like start at some point as like the internet was like a connecting point with it. Like they'll post their manifesto there, or they'll
like the
be very
Columbine
active.
shooters. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be very active on some vitriolic part of the internet or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not like an advocation for like the internet is bad, because I believe
Of course not.
by all means that
You
these are actually fringe cases, but
let
like
it be known.
the fringe is becoming more common because the internet's huge.
True. But let it be known to anybody watching this, Skylar and I are both terminally online.
We are very online.
So it's,
And
like,
I will not be shooting anyone.
no, of course not. Wink, wink. But, Uh, but yeah,
He
no,
is
it's
not a pedophile.
I am not a pedophile. I shouldn't make those. I really shouldn't make those jokes, especially the way I look. Like that's not a good. But no, yeah. It like you think of other people who have done similar types of things. You think like Elliot Rogers posted those videos on YouTube of him like saying how women are like beneath him and need to die and
Weird
shit.
hexagonal trapezoid face.
Yeah, he has a very angular polygonal face. But then you also have people like Christopher Dorner who posted a manifesto on Facebook before he killed a bunch of cops, and it's like, I mean, Christopher Dorner is somebody who I can understand why he did what he did because he felt personally wronged by not just society but like his workplace and like the force that he worked for. We've talked about this on Off Pod and we disagree on it fundamentally. However, you can like if you think about it, you can understand why this motherfucker like did kind of be driven to what he did, you know.
I will say this, and there's a lot of prefacing that has to be done in this conversation.
Preface the fuck out of it, brother.
It's a landmine of a conversation.
Oh,
I
yeah.
will say this. This is not an advocation for any kind of shooting or violent action, and this is not a call to action, and this is not justification, and I do not feel bad for you if you do these things.
For sure.
There is like a kernel of human sadness and truth to every single like one of these like shooting tragedies that happen, where you can see the point and you can relate to the person, but you would not relate to the extremes that they went to. Don't fucking give me that look.
So okay, I can agree. Like, I can agree. No, I'm saying I can agree because
I would in no way take it to that extreme. It's like seeing like any kind of villain in any media. Like you can also see what brought them to that point, right?
Yeah.
And you go, oh, okay, I get it, but it does not justify their actions. Because there are plenty of people that went through the same things, and then they came out the other end not pieces of shit.
I suppose. Okay, Dorner in particular, though, I can't fully agree on that with you because, like, how many black cops were able to report or even mention the fact that there was like a systemic problem within their police force, and then not die because of it? Like, let's be real. I mean, I feel like that would be way more common of an outcome is that the police force just goes, hey, well, the one black cop is acting up. You know, but he kind of beat him to it. Let's be real.
Right.
And then, granted, they firebombed his fucking house, but it's like...
What I was saying, what I meant is like these aspects of like weird fringe human like sadness and isolation and these things that drive people to the things they do.
Yeah.
With that case, it was more of like a outcry of a social and systemic issue.
True. Yeah. Especially with the Dorner. I mean,
of course it was personal, but I would say as a whole, it was to highlight something that was not personal. But more systemic. Yeah. Anyways, this is sad. Why would that?
I mean,
it's a lot of shooting. We covered shootings and pedophilia.
Yeah. Real quick. I just
realized how fucked up this whole thing has been. We've talked about nothing.
Okay, but true. Like the lost episode.
Recently?
Hold on. The lost episode of the podcast, we talked about literally nothing at all.
That's true.
We talked about how we were only getting $600 from the government, and then that's all I remember because that's it. That's literally the only thing that was happening at the time.
I guess I don't know. It's vitriol. This conversation is dangerous.
Yeah.
We walk a fine line.
Conversation.
It's volatile. We walk a fine line right now. It's good for conversation, and it's bad for conversation.
It's very bad. But I do want to say
right now, it takes one slip. You could just say some shit, and I could be like, "Fucking, what the fuck is that supposed to?"
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely. I will say though, you did ask if I'd seen any good movies lately or what I've seen lately. No movies really.
No movies?
Well, nothing new. Like
you're gonna talk about The Sopranos.
I'm going to talk about The Sopranos. But before that, I will mention that
Never seen.
Yeah, I know. Um, last week when I took 2 days off because something was wrong with my foot. I couldn't walk on
You
it.
got gout.
I have gout. All right, I have fucking gout. Whatever.
You got gout.
So
You're
it
like
was
Kim
flaring up.
Jong-un.
It was flaring up really bad. I was the ruler of North Korea. For a couple days. No, I had a flare up in my foot. I couldn't walk on it, so I stayed home from work for 2 days. The first day, I decided to watch a movie. Now, I've seen this movie before, and it's actually a movie. If you follow our content whatsoever, you'll know that we do the Into the Sandler verse. I think I mentioned it on the first episode, so it's kind of stupid to mention it 2 episodes in a row. But
Whatever.
if you want to,
Who cares?
if you'd like to, you can go to my YouTube channel. And you can watch. Yeah, you're getting sore, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm getting sore.
Oh, you're getting sore. You can go. You can watch. I have 5 episodes. Because it's on my channel, but we have done 5 episodes so far of Into the Sandlerverse. One of the movies that we have on the list is called Funny People from 2009. I forget what drove me to watch it, but I decided to watch it on one of the days that I decided I couldn't physically go to work.
Don't you get enough of Sandler?
No, because here's the thing. That movie, while it is obviously very Sandler centric, it also has plenty of supporting characters who really carry that movie. Like I was telling you before, but I'll say it now. Seth Rogen, who's one of the main characters.
It's a Sandler movie.
It's true, but
it has a Sandler taint into it. He reaches in, puts his claw in.
Yeah, true.
He shoots the filming location to be like Hawaii. And then
but I would say, because it's a Judd Apatow movie, so I would say, if anything, it's more of an ensemble cast. It's definitely a group effort, but the supporting characters who really carry it are people like Jonah Hill is in it. It's one of his earlier it came out after Superbad, but wasn't
he very fat?
Oh, he was terminally fat. Yeah, he was huge. He was stage 3 obese in it. No.
Today's word of the day.
Terminally. No, he was big at the time, yeah, but
big lad.
And actually that plays into it. I don't want to spoil anything because we're gonna watch that movie together at some point. But part of it is he talks about in the movie how he's he tells Seth Rogen you're not funny anymore because you lost all that weight. That's kind of a joke in the movie, which is kind of funny to me. Which he, unbeknownst to him, would fully apply to him later on in life when he actually lost a bunch of weight, and people started to say that he's not as funny, which I disagree with. I think he's just as funny skinny as he is fat.
I don't think he's not funny. He's taking more serious roles.
Yeah, and now he's directing, which is why the fuck not? Yeah, he's directed. I'm trying
to think about anything.
The movie mid-90s by A24. He directed that, which is a skating movie, which is really weird. But he directed that movie. Apparently, it was really good. A lot of people thought it was really good. I still haven't seen it. I do want to watch it because apparently, yeah, again, it is good. But anyways, Jonah Hill. You've got Seth Rogen, who isn't a supporting character. He is a main character, but he's not Adam Sandler, so we're not going to count him as main character. Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen. You got Aziz Ansari is in it. His controversy be damned. Aubrey Plaza in it, and
Aziz Ansari again?
Aziz Ansari. He was in Parks and Rec. He's a stand-up. He's a stand-up comedian. He had a couple specials that were on Netflix. Anyways,
I'm so bad with names.
I
think I know. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, so he's in it. I forget. There's a couple other characters or actors rather, whose names I cannot remember without actually looking at the cast. But there's plenty of people. Leslie Mann is in it. She plays the love interest of Adam Sandler.
I don't know who Leslie Mann is.
She was the love interest from George of the Jungle with Brendan Fraser. Yeah, her.
Just unlocked a memory for me.
Yeah, I know, right? Every time I see her come up, I'm like, oh my god, George of the Jungle, 6 years old. Yeah, I know, literally, yeah. So
and then he does the splat onto the tree. It's
Literally, it's part of the song. It's part of the song. They say, George, look out for that tree. Look out for the tree.
They say, George, look out for that tree.
George, look out for the tree. But yeah, no. So she's in it too, and there's also, I forget his name, but she has a husband.
I just want to note that Google's like, did you mean Grizzly Man?
No. Literally
No,
fucking no.
Grizzly
Not
Man.
even close. Not even fucking close. But yeah. So that there's she's in it too. But yeah, it's a great movie. It's honestly, it's really funny. I thought like Sandler be damned, and his like voices and his mannerisms, whatever. Like I can overlook them just because I've seen so many Sandler movies. I'm desensitized to like his stupid behavior in most movies. But it's a good, like, it genuinely is like a funny movie. It's called Funny People. I don't know if I actually said the title. It's called Funny People. I'm sure plenty of people have seen it, but it's good. It's good, and I can't wait to actually watch it with you because I think you will find it funny.
Maybe I'll find it funny. I unironically like some Adam Sandler movies that you would think that I probably shouldn't. Like I actually really enjoy 50 First Dates.
I saw that. Actually, side note, I saw that in theaters with my dad.
I don't know how well it holds
when I was
up.
a little kid. He fell asleep, but I thought it was funny, even as a kid.
I don't know how well it holds up, but
probably terribly, probably horribly
probably
at this point.
Terribly.
Yeah. But yeah.
What is this movie? What is this movie? This seems like maybe something that I know.
Maybe.
Sorry, I no, it's not something I know. Never mind. I was looking at Leslie Mann's IMDb, but the
yeah.
What was I gonna say? I've seen Castaway. I won't shut up about Castaway.
Yeah, recently. You watched Castaway just on your own because you got high and you were like, dude, Castaway, I gotta watch it. And you watched it like I couldn't talk to you because you were watching Castaway. I was
like, shut the fuck up, I'm watching Castaway.
And you wouldn't shut up about Castaway while you were watching it. You were like, yeah.
We were watching TikToks. You left like halfway through that movie too. You didn't even stick around for me to finish it.
Well, yeah, because I had to go to fucking bed, but yeah.
We were in the middle of like TikToks, and I think one of us offhandedly mentioned Castaway or like Wilson or something, and it was like a fucking rail through my brain. It was like, you have to watch Castaway right now. You have to watch it right the fuck now. And I was like, oh my god, I haven't seen Castaway in its entirety in legitimately like 16 fucking years. I need to watch that right now.
Yeah, of course.
And that is an astonishingly good movie.
It is. I haven't seen it in that long too either. Like, granted, it's been just as long for me.
Underrated classic. I feel like if you list things Tom Hanks has been in and you go, I like these Tom Hanks movies, you'll list Castaway, but then like the only thing in your brain is just like, oh yeah, Castaway. No, Wilson, right? I love that. Yeah, Castaway, Wilson. But if you watch it now, you're like, holy shit.
Oh yeah.
This holds 100%. The fuck up. This holds up really. The plane, there's like 2 or 3 times where CG's in the movie. It's awful. It's terrible.
True, yeah.
The plane crash scene, though, better than like 90% of all like the disaster moment scenes I've seen in modern films.
Yeah.
Super fucking good. Anyways.
I
love that movie. I loved it. It was great.
Yeah.
It was so good.
But The Sopranos. Let's move on. We got to talk about The Sopranos. So, for those who don't know, and that's everybody besides Skylar and my girlfriend and like Nick and Noah, maybe.
Those who don't know.
A couple friends of ours. It's me. I can't stop doing this fake Italian like accent, New York / Italian accent, because it's just so fucking funny to me. But we started watching The Sopranos. Like my girlfriend and I have been talking about it. Shelby and I have been talking about it for months. That like we want to start a new show. We've been watching Criminal Minds for like 2 years because we just keep like we started it. We got 5 seasons in, and then we stopped for some reason. And then when we moved to Chicago, we were like, well, we have nothing to fucking do because for the first month of us being here, the moving company decided to ghost us and not like give us any updates as to where our shit was. So we just decided we're going to start watching Criminal Minds like on her laptop and just kind of keep, pick up where we left off. So that being said, we decided we're going to, find a new show after we had fully circled back to where we left off at the first time we watched, so like when we started watching Criminal Minds. So now we decided to start watching The Sopranos. Granted, we did start watching the like last season of American Horror Story, the like 1984 slasher. Well, because I mean, we were good, like big fans of that show. Like we really liked American Horror Story, like up until like the 7th season, because I don't know, we were bored. But then once 1984 came out, season 8, I think we just were like, I mean, we were busy. We were just working a lot. We hadn't lived together until moving here, so it's like we didn't really have time to watch it together. So we just said, "Fuck it, we're not going to watch it." But now we had time,
We
so
used to
we
watch
watched.
shows all the time together too. No,
I
we
know.
don't anymore.
I know, but you know what? Times change. I'm living with my girlfriend now. I can't spend as much time with my boyfriend as I'd like to. So,
I'm
but
putting my
anyways,
feet up.
yeah, I can
We're
tell.
relaxed.
Oh yeah. Well, we're coming up. I mean, we're already over an hour now, but we're gonna
You've been
finish
still
talking.
in this frame the entire time, and I have been moving like a goddamn madman.
Yeah, I've been kind of, going back and forth. Anyways, whatever. So, Sopranos. We decided to start watching The Sopranos. We're 10 episodes in. We just watched the 10th episode last night. I have learned, like, I've been saying a lot of their, like, slang, like the dumb, fake Italian, maybe not fake Italian, but, like, the stupid Italian slang that they use in the show for a while now. But now I have context as to what they mean, as to like why they say it, like actual
How
applications
bad some
for
of
it.
the things are.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying slurs and not knowing it for years now. It's crazy. No, it's not true. I say it like marron. Apparently, I always thought marron meant like buddy, like pal,
Or
like
come
come on.
on.
Yeah, come on. It means literally like damn, like goddamn, like shit, Like that's what it that's like really literally what it like kind of translates to, at least
I like
through
this,
the
like,
scope of The Sopranos.
isolated. This is so funny. You're like, I'm learning a lot about Italian American culture through The Sopranos.
I'm learning a lot about 1999 Italian American traditions, okay? But like
Honey, it's just like the show. As you're like stuffing someone into the back of your car,
yeah,
into your
literally like
trunk, slamming
babe,
the trunk.
I learned it from Tony, okay?
I
Like,
learned it from Tony kicking the cinder blocks into the into the pier.
hey, you sleeping with the fucking fishes, okay? But yeah, no. So we're 10 episodes deep. It's great. I really wish I had started watching it sooner, because it's honestly one of those shows that like I hate the whole like social aspect of like TV shows. Like people will be like, "Oh, like if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, like you're missing out." It's like Breaking Bad was great. Sure, don't get me wrong, but it's like nothing compared to the fucking Sopranos. I'm telling
Really?
you. Yeah, in the first 10 episodes alone, more action has happened than like half of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, that's a controversial take. I don't know. Why compare two prestige television shows together? They're both like Academy Award winning. Just watch the one that's, interesting to you.
Well, okay, the reason
I mean,
why I watched
obviously,
Breaking Bad earlier
does
on
The
was because it was
Sopranos
still on
drag on
TV.
later? What is the opinions on the later seasons of The Sopranos?
I think it was
So good?
critically acclaimed all throughout, like
All the way
genuinely.
through? Did they knew when to stop it?
I think so. Well, the thing
That's
that
a
sucks
that's a
is
note for, like, prestige television is, like, the real, like, mythical shows people reach for, they knew when
right.
to stop.
Yeah. Well, my
Yeah.
whole thing too is like, okay, kind of a spoiler because I know you do want to watch it too, and we will start watching it together at some point. But the thing is, there is Tony's mom. So Tony Soprano, obviously main character of the whole show,
Tony's mom,
is dead. So
she's
in the
got
she
it going on.
her like Tony's mom, the character doesn't die as far as I know. Like she outlives her son, and she's already like 70 by the time the show starts, which is crazy. But the actress who plays her actually died before they finished the show, like this before the series ended.
I think I knew about that.
You probably saw it in a Watch Mojo video. Not gonna
Probably.
lie, but what they decided to do, because by 2007 when the show ended, they had like CGI was cutting edge at that time. They kind of like deep faked her face onto some other actress. And
Really?
Yeah, but it looks like shit. It looks so bad.
I bet it looks like shit.
It's so
I was
bad.
about to say because it's like the early
Mid
2000s,
2000s. It's
mid
mid
2000s.
2007. So
I
yeah,
remember being way too young to even understand what was happening in that show when it was around.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but the thing is, it turned out terribly, obviously, and people were like, "This looks like shit," even back then. But it's funnier now
I
to
can
look
hear
back
it
on
in
it.
the Watch Mojo voice now.
I know, right? Well, that's
Number
the
7,
question is,
Sopranos. Hey,
yeah.
Grandma.
Number 7, The Sopranos. Olivia Soprano. Like, yeah. But it's
An
one of those things.
actress da-da-da-da-da died during the filming of Sopranos. They
The
had
like
to get
last
a
few
little
episodes or whatever it
creative.
was. Yeah.
But most would
Um.
agree that this effect. Oh, sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was
I
weird.
run a Watch Mojo fan cam account, so it's just in my head all the time.
A fan cam of just countdowns.
Yeah.
There's never a face to the voice. It's just the footage of each
Some like Frank Ocean
countdown.
song playing as it's like doing those like
My guy
transitions
pretty like a girl,
where it
and he got
slams
5
left and
stars a
right and
tub.
like the screen's kind of shaking and it like
Yeah.
spirals in and then it shows another like close up and it's just like the number 6.
Yeah, no, it's like it's only parts where you see the title card, so it's
It's like
actually like
thumbnails.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah. But yeah. Anyways, Sopranos is a wonderful show. I mean, if you actually, you know what? It's funny because like I made the joke to Noah. Our friend Noah's Jewish, whatever. He
I'm practicing.
non-practicing, but like his family, whatever, Jewish.
Terminally Jewish.
Terminally Jewish. Word of the day, terminally Jewish. He. So I brought it up to him because like I, hadn't talked to him in a while until recently, and so I said like, oh, we started watching The Sopranos. In the first like few episodes, they make there's pretty disparaging like depictions of Jewish people, which for 1999, it's like at this point kind of to be expected. And not to excuse it in any way, it's just like I can see why they were like, this is fine. HBO just was like, this is cool. Yeah, Italians and Jewish
Whatever.
people. Yeah, for sure. But there is a scene in the last episode that we watched where the one Jewish character in the mob at in the show, he straight up just drops a hard R. Just like they're having a meeting, and not to spoil too much, but like in this episode, that character, his name's Hesh, he back in the day owned and ran a record label, which is like a huge stereotype that Jewish people are managers and run record labels. And that's
Really,
like,
record labels.
yeah, no, seriously, because it's entertainment. The whole like stereotype is obviously Jews control the media, and obviously that's not fully true, but like uh but like
He's been soprano pilled. Get him out! Get my boy out!
oh god, no, god. But no, so anyways, like the whole deal is he used to run a record label. He still gets royalties.
Totally true.
He gets royalties for a lot of old music that was like written and performed by black artists. And so this episode, they meet a black gang, like a black mafia, who is a rival, not necessarily a rival, but like another group operating within New Jersey. And he gets confronted by them, and he says how like Jews were the white man's, which is so funny at the time. It's like Jews were the white man's hard R, and it's like he drops it so casually and nonchalantly. Like Shelby made the comment that actor had no problem saying it. It's like, yeah, probably, honestly.
It's called Methodist acting.
It's method acting for sure. Methodist is a religion.
Preparing for my role. Don't mind the burning crosses.
I just don't fucking worry about it. But yeah, that was one of the first times I heard a straight up just full on slur in the show, and I was like, whoa.
I'm surprised it took that long.
I know, right? Well, they say like there's like Italian slurs, like right? There's like they're like pseudo Italian things that they say in the show that are like, yeah, like this guy is a fucking like a whatever, and they say like slurs for black people, but they're not like typical slurs that you hear like nowadays. They're not current. They're like very much 90s slurs, and it's like, fuck, dude. I mean,
It's
it's
weird
like
that let's talk about the history of slurs for a minute, huh?
for sure. Yeah, I got the Wikipedia page actually pulled up here. Um,
Finally, a subject I'm versed on.
God. All right.
Let's start with the 60s.
So I think
Like,
well,
that's
okay.
it.
Let's be real. Let's start with the 30s. I mean, that's where the real entertaining ones are. But yeah, now we're coming up on an hour 15. We just hit an hour 15. We'll probably cut out the first 5 or so. But yeah, that was the official second episode
I'm
of.
sorry, it's like, oh, where's your level of expertise on the history of slurs? It's like the first colony founded in the United States.
Oh
And it's
wow,
like
you really know like almost 300 years of slurs. That's crazy.
300 years.
250 years of slurs. That's a lot of time to cover. How'd you do it? I spend a lot of time on the internet.
Oh God.
But yeah.
When man
Anyways,
first started writing, the first known depiction.
so I'm actually looking here at Shakespeare. So he had some pretty wild
There
ones people
has
didn't
to be
catch.
there has to be, I mean, obviously there's like racism analysis, right?
Oh yeah,
So there
100%.
has to be someone that is like, I know the history. There
Yeah,
has to be.
100%. 100%.
Anyway,
Yeah.
anyways.
But yeah. Anyways, that's gonna do it for us today. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. We really we started off the rails and we continue to further go off the rails throughout this entire episode. I'm
This is a
thoroughly
quick little
trashed at this
recap.
point. Uh,
We got slurs, we got child abuse, we got shootings, we got
we opened with pedophilia, so I mean, you know. Anyways, yeah. So we're gonna try to make this a weekly thing. Actually, this time, as much as I'm sure something will come up probably tomorrow that will derail the whole thing. But that being said, again, thank you for watching. For the record, I'm Steven. And
Oh, I'm Skylar.
so if you're confused by the voices, that's your fault, idiot.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, stupid. No. But yeah, thank you. We'll catch you next time.
The #1 pedophile podcast online.
We'll catch you next time. See ya.
We'll catch you next time.